Hello folks, welcome back to another weekly update with me, Jules. We're going to be talking about cross stitch, and so all of our normal zany things that we get into on our weekly update. I want to first make an announcement. I am not going to be streaming tomorrow on Twitch. I'm going to take the day off, and I'm not going to do any streaming or anything like that. I'm just going to let myself sleep in a little bit. I probably won't, but that will be the goal, that I actually just kind of rest and relax and see where the day takes me. And there's just a lot. There's still a lot to do, but I'm starting to let myself kind of relax a little bit. So the store is doing really well. Thank you guys to everybody who's gone and given comments and purchase patterns and just taking a look. And I really, really appreciate that. I've got 3 new designs that came out this week, and I actually only printed out 2 of them. And I just keep kind of looking at some different things and enjoying myself in just the process of design. I'm literally going to just print this out while we're talking. But I also got a lot of stitching done this week. I really did. And I'm super excited to show you guys what I did. So that's where we're going to start with cross stitching, what I did cross stitching. First of all, look what got stitched on. Raper! So I finally pulled the roller frame over to where I need to stitch. Actually moved it downstairs, even by the dogs, even by the husband. I just made sure that when I was done stitching on it, brought it back upstairs so that Jelly was the one who was going to definitely chew it to pieces if I left it down there. But I did get some stitching done, 200 or 300 stitches or so. I left the needle in. You guys are going to be seeing a little bit of floss. Maybe if I just pull it through, you can see a little bit better. Whoop. Pulled it through and lost the needle. There we go. Not lost it, but anyway, so I have a couple of these that I need to cut back on the other side, but that's where we are. Now that's not the bottom of the page per se, but that's just kind of where I'm at right now. What I really need to do is I need to reposition this and pull this down some more, but I want to stitch in a little bit up here and then probably roll this down so that this is more like up here. I'm going to leave this unstitched for now because the colors here are used so heavily over here. I'll just save myself some time and come back to that later. But right here, I'm going to fill in a little bit and then unroll this and just roll it down. The halfway point on the pattern is right here. So yeah, so here to here. So probably when I roll it down, I'll be almost done with that corner. So yeah, that needs to happen. We're heading into October tomorrow. Actually, yeah, tomorrow, because I'm going to release this tonight, Wednesday night. Tomorrow is October 1st. Stitchtober, my friends. My stitchy friends. So anyway, so there's that one. Rainy Waterloo Place. Now, of course I didn't finish that page that I said I would. I got my order. Did I get my order? I think I got my order of the floss I needed. I just didn't grab the flosses downstairs, and I stitched on this one upstairs. So I went ahead and I moved on to the next page a little bit more. I stitched on this last night. And I probably put in just about 300 stitches on it last night while I was listening to the latest Dresden Files book. I just started. Hubby's already finished. Like, the book's been out for 36 hours and he's already finished the book. So I'm very jealous. That's part of what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is listening to the book. But I'm going to start listening to it tonight. But I got some good stitching done. So I want to say it's 3 rows across to finish. It's 2 pages down and I think 3 across. So I think there's 6 pages left to finish on Rainy Waterloo. So I don't know. I'm about 70. Oh, my percentage is on the phone here. I can't mess with it. But I'm about 70%, 70+% of the way through with this project. So I'm super excited. I know a lot of you guys love this piece and can't wait for it to be finished, and I am excited about it as well. If you're looking for it, it's Cross Stitch Collectibles. It is awesome. All right, now I got 2 more I want to show you. No, I didn't work on Dachshund. I'm sorry, guys. But I did work a fair bit more on one of my own designs, which is this one, which is the Raising the Flag one. and my monochrome piece, and I got a bunch of stitches done, and I'm all the way across now. So that looks amazing. I mean, it looks amazing, period, but it really looks amazing on the camera. So this is just black thread, 310 on white Aida, and so it's a tall piece because the flag is so tall. But the reality is, when I bend this down, or roll this down, I should say, I went ahead and I cut off the bottom of this fabric so that it just easier to work with. But where it goes down here, this is the bottom of the piece. Can you see that? That's the bottom of the piece. So if you take that and you go all the way across to where this part is, there's a little bit more over here, but that's as much as I need to stitch. So there's quite a lot to stitch still. I think I'm only about 30% of the way into this pattern, but I'm super happy the way it's turning out. It looks awesome. And it's just fun. It's so easy to stitch when you're using just one color. It's really easy. And now that I have my cone, hello. It's not the ocean. I think it's the inside of my head. It sounds so empty. Far away. Yeah, that actually is kind of weird. So there's that one. And then my latest start, because I had to start, oh, here it is. I had to start this one that I released last week. Lincoln Memorial at Night. Can you guys see that? It's very artsy. It's very artsy, but this is the kind of thing that if somebody else had put it out, I would have bought it. So, because I somehow managed to make it go together, I'm like, I gotta do it. I just gotta do it. So I got my fabric from some old fabric that I had. Is this 14 count? This must be 14. Yeah, it's old. It's an old rolled up thing of 14 count that I got from Hobby Lobby years ago. The fabric is so stiff that if I don't watch myself, I might cut my head off. But I went ahead and I checked it last week, and I actually gridded out the top couple rows all the way over. And then I started in the upper left corner with the blues. The blues. So I'm working on that. I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy. So, I love this raising the flag piece. So I still need to get back to some of my other stuff, but I'm so happy that I actually been working on Reaper, making progress on Raining Water Replace. So I want to show you guys what came out of the design brain this week. So it's going to be some different stuff. You guys are going to be like, I don't know. First of all, I got my new logo. I finally got a logo that I think I like. There's my logo. So that's my new logo now. I just jump back and forth. But anyway, so this first one is a crazy like drawing that it's a public domain image, and I found it. I don't know where I found it, but I found it somewhere. And this is kind of a bigger piece than I wanted it to be, but when I made it smaller, it didn't look right. But I think that it's artsy. It's artsy. So stitch count is 180 by 350, and it only uses like 10 colors or something ridiculous. So it's called The Cyclist in pink. So it's just one of those like artsy kind of things. But there's that one. Boy, it's like the light's weird tonight. So there it is. But yeah, I tried making it smaller because I would have loved to have done this as either a monochrome or a much smaller piece. And monochrome, it didn't really want to work. And a smaller piece, the detail just went away. So it didn't look good. Speaking of pieces that I'm actually really happy about, and this one I need to get listed in other colors, but this is my first piece that I'm doing something that actually has multiple colors. Like this one is pink, and then I have a blue and a red. I might have a green. But if you've ever wanted to stitch the human heart, or even just any heart, there you go. So this is an old anatomical illustration. You can actually see where it says like aorta and what does it say there? Something artery, pulmonary artery, and so, but that one came out really good. This one is 182 by 248, so it is a little bigger, but as you can see, it comes in. I just don't think that the light's doing it justice here, but comes in pink. It also comes in a very vibrant blue and red, of course, because you know, gotta do that. And but anyway, it's just it's a really really fun, cool piece, and another one that's only like I think like 20 colors or something. How many colors does Cyclist have? Uh-oh, I lost my thing here. I lost my thing. No, that looks like more like, no, I lied. It's about 25, 30 colors. And so, but not terribly a lot of any one particular color. So, I didn't lie. I didn't tell you the truth because I didn't know the truth. I should have known before I said something. And then finally, oh, I love this one. I found this one. One of the things on my Twitch stream that we've talked about is designing with old vintage book covers or book illustrations, something along those lines. And so I've been kind of going through and looking at some things. And yeah, I found one that I really, really liked. And I got the stitch count for it. This one's bigger. This one's bigger, but it has to be bigger because the detail will not come out. That's one of the things that is really hard is how do you get something that is incredibly detailed, and then when you start shrinking it, you invariably lose the detail because the pixels kind of start blending in with each other. So how small can you make it before you start losing what makes it look so good? So, this came out of a book published in 1900. I'm so happy with this one. Check it out. I know you guys know what this is. This is a Wizard of Oz. I call it Vintage Oz illustration. So this is actually from the book published in 1900. And it makes Dorothy look really weird. But that's kind of how Dorothy was like in the illustration. She was sort of a little odd colored. But I'm proud of the way this one came out. I really am, because the color selection, the floss selection was not easy. And even the illustrator like made Toto look weird. Like he's all dark and then he's got a light head. That's how the illustration is, kids. Down here you won't be able to read the writing when you stitch it because it's just far too small. But it's basically Dorothy saying to the cowardly lion, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And so you've got the Scarecrow, and then you got the Tin Man back there. But I'm just super happy about this one. Now this one, there are a decent number of colors with it. This one has a lot of colors. This one is probably it's probably like 60, 70 colors, but it has to be. If you want this level of detail, and you want a beautiful, cross stitch like this one is. I'm so happy with it. I really am. It just came together really well. And it's hard to find cross stitch patterns, or hard to find photos or illustrations or paintings that are both compelling as something you'd want to cross stitch, and also that you're able to create a pattern from it. So, but anyway, so those are the new patterns, and I'm super excited about those. Those are all currently available in the store. And so if you go to Etsy, just Google stitching, or not Google, go to Etsy and Stitching Jules Designs, and my stuff will be on there. And I also have custom patterns now. And so if there's something you want me to do a custom pattern of, we can talk about it and see if we can create something together that you will want to stitch and that you will be able to stitch and have it look just as good as it should or / can. So not everything does. So, before I forget, because I've been forgetting for the last couple weeks. So, Ronnie Rowe, who is awesome. If you've ever met the man, he is amazing. Who also sort of created the monochrome look. And I've worked on U.S. Capitol, but I have his pieces. Well, they're downstairs. Now they're in storage. If you've never heard of Ronnie Rowe Designs, just Google Ronnie Rowe Designs. I think it's .net. It may be .com, but I think it's .net. Go to his website and take a look at what he does. But all the dozens of patterns that he's done over the years, he actually, there was a cross-stitching store that, or a needle workshop that closed not too far away from where he lives in Virginia. Unfortunately closed after 3 or 4 decades in business. And he ended up picking up a bunch of his old stitching models that he stitched, because he stitches everything he designs. is stitched and framed by him, stitched, framed, matted, all by him. And they're impeccable. They're gorgeous. And he's actually considering sort of putting that collection up for sale, and wondering if you guys would be interested to actually have a Ronnie Rowe piece designed and stitched by Ronnie Rowe, actually something that you can purchase as one complete set. You guys have seen in the past, and I wish I had them here, but I think they're all in storage now because they're not up on the wall. But I've done Music Teacher's House, Williamsburg, and Market Square Tavern are the three that I've finished and had. Well, two of them are framed. The third one I got to get framed. And then I'm working on U.S. Capitol, and I have a few others of his. And he's the one who's honestly really taught me how to do cross-stitch design. And so I owe so much to him. I mean, ridiculously. And he's just the nicest guy. He just really is. And I highly recommend his patterns. They're so much fun to stitch. And but no, take a look at his website and see what you guys think. If you're a newer person to the channel, you don't realize probably how much Ronnie Rowe stuff that I have done in the past and that I need to get back to. But anyway, so October is a huge month. October is a huge month for me. We are closing in on finishing up the big project at work, the kennel project at work that we've been working on, that I've been working on for 2 years. Sorry, it's been 2 years. 2 years, and we're winding down the last month. It's been a very stressful week. That's part of why I want to take tomorrow off, because it's been a very stressful week. I'm very tired, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything tired. We're rounding that down. The store is taking off, and I think you guys, sorry, that was weird. Sorry, I scared your children, probably your animals too. So thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun. I mean, I seriously, I love stitching. I love looking for new patterns. I love kitting up new patterns. And now I found another obsession, which is trying to find really cool patterns that you guys will like to stitch and that I will like to stitch. Because I'm definitely, you can see the two that I've already started. I want to do every single one that's behind me. I've got the lioness in grayscale. I've actually got the lioness in monochrome as well somewhere. I'm not exactly sure why I can't find the pattern for it, but I will find it and put her out. But I love the monochrome stuff so much. I definitely want to stitch both of these. I want to stitch one of these, this one for a friend of mine who loves penguins. I'm finishing this one up. I still got to finish all of these. I got so much to stitch. Isn't that a good feeling, though, that you got so much to stitch? 2020 has been difficult, but if you guys are new to cross-stitching, welcome. Welcome. Cross-stitching is incredibly therapeutic. And if it's not, you're doing it wrong. Find a new pattern. Find something you love to stitch. Stitch what you love what you stitch. Cool. I also opened up a new store. I'm going to tell you guys about it. I barely opened it, but I'm going to tell you about it. It's actually on a site called Redbubble. While I've been going through the patterns, see guys, I can't just do one thing or 10. I have to do 20 because I'm crazy. But while I'm working through these patterns, I'm finding a lot of cool photos that I really like. And I may like them a lot. They may not work as cross-stitch patterns, but they work as other things. So you can actually, and this is something you guys can do as well. It's a site called redbubble.com. And my store name on there is Whimsy Jules, which is totally different, but still named after myself. So Whimsy, WHIMSY, Jules. And I'll link it down below if you guys want to see. But it's basically a site that you can go on to find like cool t-shirts or cool mugs, but it also has a lot of other things, water bottles and bath mats and crazy things. So it's like photos that I find that I like, that I think are striking and that are interesting. Some of it is the cross stitch photos that I've described, cross stitch patterns that I've done. You can actually, like, if you want Lincoln Memorial on a coffee mug, I might have that. I'm not sure if I have it uploaded, but it's something that I want to do. But it's just, throwing art out there too. So I'm turning. When I was a kid, I was very artsy. I loved art type things, and then as I got older, I got more scientific and I got more analytical. And I've been doing that for a long time. Now I'm kind of finding myself coming back to some of the more artistic stuff as I get older. It's kind of crazy. It really is. It's funny how life goes in a big circle. But anyway, if you want to check it out, the link will be down below. But if you guys want to actually start your own store, say on Redbubble, it's free. You don't have to pay anything to list anything. There are plenty of videos out there on YouTube that will help you to learn how to do it. But there's nothing that says you can't actually throw a store together and put stuff out there and see if somebody might like it. But anyway, so there's that. Birds are covered up. Birds were really quiet last week. They've been a little quiet lately. Other than that, everybody's doing really good. This is a long video. I don't know how it's a long video. I need to get to Dresden. I need to listen to Dresden, and I need to stitch. And so I'm probably going to stitch on, I need to stitch on something that maybe I'll just work on Reaper. I'll take Reaper downstairs. Maybe I'll stay upstairs and stitch. I don't know what I'm going to do. The world is my cross-stitching oyster. So you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the fall, now that we're here in the fall. And take care of each other and stay safe. And happy stitching. And I'm going to stop talking now. Take care. Bye. No, I'm not. I just took a picture of myself. Now I'm going away. Bye.